In this video, I'm going to be telling you guys 10 vital skills that I've learned as a young entrepreneur that have helped me make a lot of progress in a short period of time. And I suggest that you guys watch this video all the way through if you guys are looking to be entrepreneurs for yourself, because this advice will help anybody out and make sure that you get a perfect head start. So the first thing that I've learned is that in order to be successful at anything, you have to go out there and do it. Although you could go online and watch a lot of videos and read a bunch of books about other people's experiences, the best way to actually build knowledge is to build your own experiences as well. After reselling phones, reselling clothes, and reselling shoes, for example, I've learned a lot more stuff because I had to go through trial and error, and just that trial and error in itself has taught me a lot more than any book could, because everybody has their own strategy, everybody has their own way of making things work out for them, but the only way you're going to find out what works for you is by going out there and taking that first step. So this is easily one of the most important pieces of advice that I have to give you, because it's very true that you need to build experience in order to be the best at what you do. Next up, you guys need to use social media to your advantage. Social media is on everybody's phone. It's everywhere. You're going to notice that billboards have advertising for social media companies. You're going to notice that advertisements on YouTube have advertising for other social media companies. You're going to notice that even YouTube itself is a social media company. So everything that you have access to, you need to take advantage of, because social media is the easiest way to market yourself, your brand, and any products that you're looking to sell, which means that you'd make the most money without having to put the most money out. So learning how to use social media to your advantage is easily one of the most vital skills that you need to learn, especially in today's world where everything is focused on an online database. So make sure you look into social media, building different accounts for all types of social media platforms, and just getting an understanding of how they work and how you could use them to maximize your profits and growth. Now, this right here might be a bit controversial, but this is what I've learned for myself personally, and it's that you only need $100 to really start a business. People might think of a business as something that you need thousands of dollars to get rolling, but in reality, just $100 could get you really far. I've started practically all of my side hustles with a very small capital, such as my pressure washing side hustle that I did at one point. I was only starting off with like $100. I bought a pressure washer and I just started going around the neighborhood pressure washing, and I bought the pressure washer off of Amazon, but there are so many different options that were even cheaper, so I didn't even have to spend over $100. If you start off with just $100, not only will you break even faster, but you're also going to make a profit a whole lot faster. And when you think about other side hustles like starting an online business with Shopify, for example, you could start off with a free trial for your first month, or I think like a few dollars, and that right there is still under $100, and you could use the rest of your capital to buy the first products to test out and advertise. If you look at a business as something that you need millions to really get moving, then you're really not going to be successful, because you got to work with what you have. And that's what I've learned personally. Just by using $100 to buy a few shoes to resell, or buying a few clothes from the thrift store to flip, you're going to notice that $100 could really compound extremely fast if you use it in a smart way. So all you need is $100 to start any business that you really want to put your mind to, because all you have to do is get the ball rolling, and it'll just become bigger and bigger over time. Now, another thing that I've learned is that just one book has a lot more information than hundreds of YouTube videos combined. When you think about YouTube, just for a split second, you're going to realize that every video that you watch only touches basis on a very small topic that has a lot more connections to it. So if you guys were to sit down and just read one textbook, you'd probably learn more than a whole YouTube channel has to offer, because in reality, they're only taking little bits of information that they want you to know about so that they could make more videos in the future. So reading more will lead to a lot more knowledge, and it'll help you build a better understanding in a shorter period of time. So please consider reading books if you guys are looking for an easy way to grasp knowledge and make the best out of your situation. Another thing that I've learned is that building a routine around something that you love makes progress natural. To give you guys a quick example of what I mean, let's say you like to build websites. If you guys just build a routine around making a website or just tweaking a website every now and then, you guys are going to notice that you're going to be a lot better at it. And once you become better at something, you're going to see progress come to you a lot more natural, because you really don't have to force yourself to do it. And if you find a passion that you truly do love and you're able to monetize it, you're going to see the most growth out of anything that you do, because it's something that you would still do on your free time, even if it didn't make you money. One example that I have for myself is, personally, I love to go out there and play basketball. So since I play basketball a whole lot on my free time, although it's something that I don't expect to monetize, I'm still progressing extremely fast at it, because it's something that I'm passionate about. And if you could incorporate something that you're passionate about into your work life, then your work life really won't feel like work anymore. So keep that in mind if you guys are looking for an easy way to make life a lot more enjoyable and to see the most progress, because once you start doing something that you truly do love, you're going to find that progress just comes to you. Losing money is also part of learning. This is something that you probably don't want to hear, but it's just the truth. A lot of times you're going to find that your first business or your first few side hustles are not going to be successful, and you're going to end up losing a bit of money in the process. But one thing you guys have to keep in mind is that by losing money, it's almost like you paid for a course. You built experience, you built knowledge, and you built an understanding of a certain topic. And although it didn't fully work out, now you know what to avoid in the near future to make your reinvestment a lot better than before. There's a whole lot of stuff that you're gonna have to learn along the way, especially when you're starting off as a new entrepreneur, especially a young one like myself. But even though you're gonna take losses along the road, you have to remember that these losses are gonna lead to larger profits down in the near future. As long as you stay consistent with what you're doing and you make sure that you reinvest your profits in a smart way and don't repeat the same mistakes that you made previously, I can easily reassure you that you're gonna be seeing some type of progress the next time around. So keep that in mind. If you lose money, just think of it as a win for the near future. Opportunities come when you look for them. You guys might not realize it, but there are opportunities walking past you every single day. If you're a sneaker reseller, you probably walk past a lot of shoe stores, or you probably walk past other resellers inside of those shoe stores, and those people are doing exactly what you want to be successful at. Or if you're selling, let's say, hot dogs on the street, you might walk past other vendors who have been doing this a lot longer, or you might walk past smaller businesses who have been able to leverage themselves up over time. So if you guys just take a moment to observe your surroundings and really understand the opportunities that you have present before you every single day, you're going to notice that you will progress a whole lot faster. There are so many things out there that we have access to, and normally we don't even have to pay for them, but it's the fact that we don't go looking for them that we end up overlooking them. If you guys really do want to be successful and that's something that you're truly passionate about, then you have to be willing to go find the opportunities that present themselves, because you might see them but you might not take action, or you might be ignoring them because you feel as though the only way to really make progress is by paying for it. So keep in mind that opportunities are going to be in front of you every single day. You just have to go looking for them. Another thing that I've learned is that learning a new skill really only takes about 3 days. Now, what I mean by learning a new skill is that you could be pretty proficient at video editing, for example, in just 3 days. It took me about a day and a half to really understand how to edit my first ever YouTube video on this channel. And really the only thing that I did was go back and forth tweaking a few things and just learning how the platform works. If you stay consistent with something, even if it's just for a very short period of time, trust me, you're gonna have a much better understanding than if you didn't stay consistent for that small period. Because at the end of the day, you didn't know something yesterday, but if you learned it today, that just makes you better automatically, because now you have some type of knowledge on how to make something better that you didn't have previously. Another skill that you could learn in just 3 days is typing faster. If you guys were to type, let's say 5 hours every single day for 3 days, trust me, your words per minute is gonna go up. I had to do something similar to that because I was trying to apply for a medical scribe position, which means that I would be typing for a doctor, and I was trying to reach like 70 words per minute. Now, normally I would be typing like 45 words per minute on average, but in just 2 days, I was able to get my words per minute up to around 73 to pass the test. It's actually a very easy thing to do if you just dedicate a bit of time to it every day. Even with learning a new language, if you stay consistent, even if it's for a short period of time, you'll be able to speak a few more sentences than you were able to a few days ago. So just stay consistent with small things and learn new skills as time goes on, because it really doesn't take as much time as you might think. Once you get better at communicating with others, business opportunities will come flying at you. Communication is a very important thing in today's world, and it's always been important. And if you guys want to be successful with anything that you do, you're going to have to communicate, and you're going to have to understand all the other people around you and what their intentions really are. Communicating allows you to build both business relationships, and you'll be able to build opportunities for yourself in the process, because you'll be able to ask for what you truly want, and you'll be able to emphasize what you could offer to another person. If there's anything that I find to be the most important, it's definitely communication, because you might be the most skilled person out there, but if you don't know how to advertise yourself and you don't know how to get others to understand that, then it's really worthless, because you really just have a skill that only you know about. So communication is something you need to work on if you're not good at that, and if you are good at it, please use it to your advantage, because there are so many things that you could have access to as long as you go out there and take the first step. Now, this right here is for all of the stingy business owners or just stingy people in general. If you guys are making money, try to spend some of that stuff on things that actually make you happy. Now, I understand that saving money and investing money is probably the smartest thing to do, but at the same time, you got to remember that you have to do what makes this thing inside of your head work properly, and that's happiness. If you guys go out there and make $100 for the day in profit, don't mind treating yourself to a $5, maybe $10 lunch. Just buy something that you know would bring you a little bit more motivation. I used to find that I was hitting a lot of my goals. I'll be making a lot of money in short periods of time, but the only way that I really understood what that money was capable of was when I went out there and did something that made me happy. Just by spending $200, I was able to build a very memorable experience with the people that I love. At the same time, I was able to realize that this money could do a lot more than I was expecting, because normally when I look on social media, I'm looking at the most expensive stuff that there is. So in my head, $5,000 can't do anything. But as soon as I went out there and bought stuff that I know would make me happy, or did stuff that would actually make me happy, I realized that that $5,000 could get so much more done than I could have possibly expected. So it's very important that you treat yourself to your successes, even if you're not treating yourself with the full amount that you make, because that's not a smart thing to do. But just taking a portion of that and truly enjoying it will make the biggest difference. It's going to bring you a next level of motivation, which makes you want to make more money, and you'll learn how to spend that money so that you can still have a good balance between how much you save and invest versus how much you spend. All I'm going to say is that if you guys are making money right now, don't be stingy with it, because trust me, you're probably going to get a lot more done after you try to spend a little bit of it and really enjoy yourself. If you guys did enjoy this video and you found these 10 tips to be very beneficial, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you are new. Besides that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.